Get ready, get set, because it's
time to go with the It's 420 Somewhere podcast. With your host with the most, the man voted most likely to smoke out with a Yeti, Mr. Brian Brown. Mr. Brian Brown. Now sit back and relax, because it's time to go live across the world. Because it's 420 Somewhere.
And boom, we are live. How's everyone doing on this True Crime Thursdays? What's up, everybody? Glad to see everyone came back. We had a little drama this morning on the 420. I want to apologize if I offended. Rosie's barking at ghosts again. I want to apologize if I offended anyone. Things got a little heated, but we're back. We're not going to talk about that, guys. You know, hopefully everyone's cool. Everyone's good. Smoking buffalo chicken legs. That sounds freaking fire. Sounds really fire. I'm ready for the gamer show. Oh, that's right. That's right. They're going live over on Mod Squad. You know what? I told them that, hey guys, welcome to It's 420 Somewhere podcast. My name is Brian, and what you stumbled into is the craziest, the wildest, the wackiest 420 countdown show ever, guys. We do great days like today, True Crime Thursday, where we're going to be looking at who the heck are we? What is today? Rodney Alcala, serial killer that was on the dating game. This guy is nuts. This whole thing is nuts, guys. We're going to get into it. It's going to be freaking really, really good. I can't wait to check it out, guys. A lot to get into on that one. We have Chef Bud Smoke coming in the house with an infused last meal dessert, guys. That's right. And then we have our girl Aurora Hayes back in the house, and she's going to be taking you on the top 5 serial killer last meals, guys. I thought that would be kind of cool. Theme it all and go good. So hey, let's jump on over here real quick, guys, to the Mod Squad. You know what? Let's share it, guys. I'm gonna kill the chat real quick. I'm gonna jump on the old YouTuber on here, and we're gonna see. There we go. That's the bearded barbarian. Are the Mod Squad live yet? Are they live yet? Oh, let's see. Subscriptions. Mod Squad, where you at? Where you at, Mod Squad? I'm looking for you. I don't see them on right now, so maybe they come on here in a minute, guys. When they come on, we will hit them up. Oh, what's up, Eric? How you doing? A lot of people up in here today, guys. I want to give a big shout out to everyone. Thank you for showing the love, guys. This is a great community, and yeah, we don't need to get back into that. All right, guys, let's get into the first bit of business here. I'm excited. Before we hit 420, we got our girl Aurora Hayes in the house, guys, and she's going to be taking us on our top 5 serial killer last meals. I'm going to be getting in some only cans, guys. This is a morning wood. Wait till you see what this is all about. Right after Aurora Hayes. Here we go.
In the 1940s when the jazz was fine, we had our mind set on a golden high. With Aurora Hayes we danced through the haze, imagined adventures that would forever amaze. Oh, Aurora Hayes, light up our days, spark those cannabis dreams in a magical ways. With every puff our spirits would rise to limitless heights under star skies. Oh, Aurora Hayes, light up our days.
Hey, what's up, gangsters? It's your girl, Aurora Hayes. Oh, no, wait, guys. It's not, guys. I was waiting for I had uploaded the video right at the last minute, and it was processing. Here we go, guys. What's up, Aurora?
Hey there, gangsters. Oh. I'm your friendly stoner.
Nope, that's the wrong one. We don't want Chef Bud Smoke yet. All right, last meals, guys. Here we go.
Hey yo, Danksters, it's your friendly neighborhood stoner, Aurora Hayes from thedailydank.com. Now, let me take you on a little trip down memory lane. One time I was riding high on cloud 9 and I got the munchies. I decided to whip up my favorite dish, spaghetti carbonara, but somehow, in my elevated state, I ended up with a pot full of burnt noodles and a sauce that looked more like scrambled eggs. It was a culinary disaster, but hey, it was my culinary disaster, and it got me thinking about meals. Not just any meals, but the final meals. Yes, Danksters, I'm talking about the last meals of some of history's most infamous serial killers. So just as my stoned culinary adventure led to an unusual meal, let's dive into the strange and sometimes shocking last meals of some of history's most notorious serial killers. Kicking off our countdown at number 5, we have the notorious Eileen Wuornos. Wuornos, a former sex worker, was convicted of killing 7 men in Florida between 1989 and 1990. Her story, as chilling as it is, was famously portrayed in the movie Monster. Now, when it came to her last meal, Wuornos wasn't interested in any lavish feast. Instead, she opted for a simple cup of black coffee. Yes, you heard that right, folks. No steak, no lobster, just a cup of joe. Perhaps it was a nod to her transient lifestyle, or perhaps it was a final act of defiance. We'll never truly know. But one thing is certain, her choice was as unique as her life story. A fitting end, don't you think? Now let's move on to number 4. Coming in at number 4 on our list, we have the infamous Charles Chucky Smith. Chucky's last meal request was a peculiar one. He asked for a double cheeseburger from his favorite fast food joint, paired with a large side of, wait for it, cotton candy. Talk about a sweet and salty mix, right? But then again, who are we to judge the palate of a man meeting his maker? Moving on to number 3, we find ourselves face to face with the notorious Silent Strangler, Robert Johnson. Now Robert, he had a taste for the finer things in life, even until the end. His last meal? A lavish spread of caviar, lobster bisque, and a bottle of the finest champagne prison regulations would allow. To top it all off, he requested a single ripe peach for dessert. Quite the gourmet, wouldn't you say? Now hold on to your seats, because coming in at number 2 is the chilling Ice Queen, Sarah Walker. Sarah, always the enigma, requested nothing more than a simple bowl of oatmeal with a side of toast. No butter, no jam, just plain toast. It's a stark contrast to her cold-blooded crimes, don't you think? Before we reveal the number 1 spot, let's take a moment to appreciate the strange and bewildering world of last meals. It's a curious thing, isn't it? These killers, so different in their methods and madness, yet their last meal choices reveal a strange, almost human side to them. It's a chilling reminder that no matter how far someone may fall, they still carry with them a piece of that shared human experience. And now, the moment we've all been waiting for, the number 1 spot. And taking the coveted number 1 spot on our list is a meal as chilling as the man who requested it. This top serial killer's last meal was a simple, childlike request. A single slice of birthday cake. Perhaps a poignant reminder of more innocent times, or a final unsettling act of irony. This seemingly innocent choice carries a weighty significance. So, a slice of birthday cake, a final taste of a life lost to darkness. And there you have it, the top spot in our countdown of serial killers' last meals. So, there you have it, Danksters. From the mundane to the extravagant, those were the last meals of history's most notorious killers. It's a chilling reminder of the human side to these monstrous individuals. We'd love to hear your thoughts, so feel free to leave a comment. A big thank you to our sponsor, the Healing Center of Needles. Don't forget to check out thedailydank.com for more intriguing content. Remember, Danksters, stay high on life and low on crime. This is Aurora Hayes, signing off. Peace out.
All right, guys. Oh, she pieced us out. She didn't hit us up with just keep smoking, Danksters. All right, guys. I got some only cans in the house. It's 1 minute for 420. I'm going to give you the review when we come back after our 420 break. But I want to know what you're smoking on, guys. I want to know what's getting you uplifted on this True Crime Thursday. I want to hear what your last meal would be other than sour cream. I saw that on Give Me a Pint of Sour Cream or something. So blow up those comments, guys. Let me know. Remember, breathe in that positivity. Let's exhale that negativity, guys. No matter what happened today, no matter what we said, what we did, what happened. So who was mean to us, who wasn't, let's shake it off. Let's shake it off. And let's enjoy this 420. Just like that, it's your 420. How was everyone's smoke, toke, and choke break, guys? Hopefully you got grounded. Hopefully, hey Lee, how's it going? I mean, I'm screaming in here. Hey Lee, how's it going? Turned into Grandpa Simpson all of a sudden, guys. Oh man. All right, Danksters. Oh, that was a good one. How was everyone's 420? Mine was pretty good. Hey guys, I see a lot of people in here, man, and I get it. Sometimes you don't want to comment. Sometimes you're just enjoying the show. Maybe you're at work and you got an earbud in. And you're like, oh, don't want the boss to know. I tell you what, even if you don't want to engage us, guys, throw some emojis. Throw some emojis up in the chat. Throw some emojis up in the comments. Whatever you do, I don't care. Throw some emojis. I don't know what they mean. I don't speak emoji, but let's do it. I love Thanksgiving fixins and pie. Ooh, Thanksgiving's good. I'm working on something, guys. I talked to Teresa Deller about it today. I want to do a Thanksgiving for us. I got an idea of where we could do it at. Actually, a couple of ideas now I think about it, where we could do it at. But a get together for us locals. Hey, if you want to come down, hey, more the merrier. At work, waiting for my boss to show up. Oh man, that must be a bummer. I heard he might not. I heard he might not today. He might have got stuck in Bullhead. That's what I heard. I don't know though. But yeah, I would love to do a Thanksgiving where we could smoke, where we could have a meal together. You know, not everyone's going to have that whole family thing. And this is our family, guys. Whether it's your second family, third family, I would say stop having families if you're on your third family. Remember back in the day, I don't know if people still do it. I don't think you can with the internet. Remember when people would have like a second family? Like dudes would have like a wife and two kids in Baltimore. And then in Chicago, he'd have another wife and two boys over there. And like somehow he was managing. How do you manage two households like that? I don't know if you could still get away with that. If people still do that. Ooh, chicken legs are. Hey, don't call me that. I don't like that, Russ. Don't call me chicken legs. I got some meat on these bones. They're my getaway sticks. That's the life I try and I lead. Only problem where you're at, Honey Nut Arrow, and they're just two apartments down, and then the girl's 3 apartments down. So you're like busted, you son of a bitch. Oh man. Oh, my getaway sticks. Don't be calling them chicken legs. Dudes really still try that? Like that's just insane. I don't know. Guys are weird. Oh, I can barely manage one. I can barely manage one in my day when I'm in that mode. But yeah, I don't know how guys do 2, 3, especially whole families, man. Whole families. I had my hands full with my 2 kids. My dad's uncle was over the road trucker, had 4 families in 4 different states. Truckers, traveling salesmen, that was the thing. All right, guys, we got some morning wood. I should have saved this for 7:10. We got some morning wood from Only Cans, guys. Let's check this out. Oh, ooh, that smells good. It smells good. It smells minty. It smells foresty and minty, if that's it. I'm hearing good things about this, guys. They're $20 an eighth, I believe, coming in at about 30%. They're the littles. They're the littles. Remember the littles? We're the littles. That's not the song they sang, but it was a cartoon on ABC. The Littles. Grew up on that. I'm a Deuce Bigelow. Or even better than Zohan. I kind of like the Zohan movie. I don't know why. I'm kind of a movie snob, but yeah, I kind of like the Zohan. All right, guys, you know what I'm going to do? Let's check out and see if the Mod Squad is live yet. If they're live, we're going to cross stream before we get into this goodness gracious, great balls of fire. We're live. I don't see the Mod Squad. SQ. Maybe they deleted me. Blocked me. Mod Squad channel. What the heck, man? All right, sorry guys. Yeah, there was only a couple. Jail. Jail is broadcasting live. Do I not have the Mod Squad on here? Oh, no, it's not in alphabetical order. All right. Scared me for a minute. I'm like, how am I not subscribed to the Mod Squad? Well, I was trying, guys. I was trying. I don't think they're live yet. I usually get back to retro. It should be after that. Switcher Studio. We don't use that crap no more. All right, I'm not seeing them live, guys. I will look one more time on my phone, but I'm not seeing them live. We'll move on with the show. We'll move on with the show, Mod Squad. We were here for you. We were trying. All right. I'm sure everyone's telling me 30 minutes. Oh, 30 minutes. Oh, somebody, Harley told me that she wouldn't be able to join because they prep. They actually prep for their shows. They prep an hour ahead of time. Oh man, you know what? We'll just get into it. All right, guys, let's get into let's see, True Crime Thursday, guys. Whoop, whoop, whoop. All right. True Crime Thursday. We got, you know what? Before we get into the good old Rodney and this dating game thing, I want to do our cooking segment. We got Chef Bud Smoke. This is an Infused. She was. Oh yeah, she. They're prepping. They actually prep for their shows. I just jump into it and juggle. I juggle for you guys. No, I prep ish. I prep ish. Let's see. What do we got? Was it this one? Last meal? Yeah, I think it was this one. All right, guys. We got our buddy Chef Bud Smoke. We're cooking Infused last meal dessert.
Hey there, Danksters. I'm your friendly stoner, Chef Bud Smoke from thedailydank.com. Today, we're cooking up something special, something that's got a little bit of the unexpected. Picture this: a sweet dessert, a true crime story, and a dash of cannabis. Intrigued? You should be. This episode is generously sponsored by the Healing Center of Needles, your one-stop shop for all things cannabis. Today, we're going on a culinary adventure with a twist of true crime. Buckle up. Our recipe today is a cannabis-infused dessert, inspired by some of the most infamous last meals. Here are the ingredients you'll need. We'll start with the basics. 1 cup of all-purpose flour, half a cup of unsweetened cocoa powder, and a teaspoon of baking powder. Add a pinch of salt to balance the sweetness. For the cannabis infusion, you'll need 2 tablespoons of canna butter. Make sure it's well made and potent. Sweetness comes in the form of half a cup of granulated sugar and half a cup of brown sugar. We'll also add in 2 large eggs, a teaspoon of vanilla extract for that classic dessert flavor, and a handful of chocolate chips for good measure. Let's repeat that for clarity. You'll need flour, cocoa powder, baking powder, salt, canna butter, granulated sugar, brown sugar, eggs, vanilla extract, and chocolate chips. These are all the ingredients you need to bring a bit of mystery to your kitchen. Now let's get down to the cooking. Remember, we are treading the fine line between culinary delights and true crime stories. First off, we need to decarboxylate our cannabis. Preheat your oven to 240 degrees Fahrenheit. Spread your ground cannabis on a baking sheet and bake it for around 40 minutes. This process will activate the THC, giving our dessert that special kick. While our cannabis is in the oven, let's move on to the base of our dessert. In a large mixing bowl, combine your flour, sugar, and cocoa powder. Stir in your melted butter until you have a smooth, chocolatey batter. Now it's time to infuse our dessert. Once your cannabis is decarboxylated, mix it with a cup of coconut oil over low heat. Let it simmer for about 3 hours. This will create a potent cannabis-infused oil. Strain the mixture to remove any plant matter, then add this oil to your batter. Mix well to ensure the oil is evenly distributed. Pour your batter into a greased baking dish and bake at 350 degrees Fahrenheit for about 25 minutes. You'll know it's done when a toothpick inserted into the center comes out clean. Let your dessert cool before cutting into squares and serving. This is not your average dessert. So remember to start with a small piece and wait at least an hour before consuming more. And voila! Your true crime-themed dessert is ready to send chills down your spine. Let's do a quick recap of our cannabis-infused dessert, perfect for true crime fans. We kicked things off with the list of ingredients. Remember, quality is key. Our main star was the finest cannabis from our sponsor, the Healing Center of Needles. Mixed with the usual suspects of baking, flour, sugar, butter, and our secret ingredient, a dash of true crime mystery. Moving on to the cooking instructions, we started by combining our dry ingredients, followed by the wet ones. The cannabis was introduced in a smooth and calculated manner, ensuring an even distribution throughout the dessert. Baking was a slow and steady process, much like solving a crime. And just like that, folks, we've concocted a dessert that's as intriguing as a whodunit and as satisfying as solving one. Remember, the Healing Center of Needles and thedailydank.com are your partners in this culinary adventure. So there you have it, Danksters, a dessert that's sure to make your next gathering a hit. This is Chef Bud Smoke signing off from thedailydank.com.
Oh, we already heard from you, Chef Bud Smoke. Hey, that's kind of intriguing. Definitely, man. Yeah, sugar cookies. If you use canna sugar instead, woo! And then with the oil too, man, those things are gonna get you lit. Yeah, I can't wait, man. Christmas season. I think I might bake a little bit. What was I gonna say? Who wouldn't want to get um infused cookies? You know how people do the cookies in the tins? Man, wouldn't you want to get some infused cookies for Christmas? That might be a way to go. Hand out to people. Okay, last meal, guys. It's your last meal. Would you ask for an edible dessert? You'd be like, "Hey, man, throw me 500 milligram of of chocolate cake and a big glass of milk, and I'll sleep through that execution." I want to be feeling good right before I go. Oh man. All right, guys, let's get into the main course. If you will, our last meal. We are talking this crazy freaking dude. We are talking. That's right. Rodney Alcala, the dating game killer, guys. As you know, we actually watched his dating game this morning. And it's just crazy to think that this dude, that this guy was that bad. Like, I mean, he was on this dating game, and some of the things he said was like super creepy too. Um, on it. Like, what did they say? He's a photographer that his dad found in the night room, fully exposed, or in the dark room. And then, like, when you hear what he did, you're like, oh man, this guy's a little nuts. This guy's a little nuts. All right, guys, but let's get into it. We're talking the dating game killer, Rodney Alcala, man, and he is definitely a serial killer, guys. Wait till we get into this. All right, Rodney Alcala, infamously known as the dating game killer, was an American serial killer and convicted rapist. His case is a haunting example of the death of human depravity and the failures of the justice system. Educating people about Alcala's crimes can serve as a cautionary tale and the highlight of importance of being vigilant in personal safety. Yeah, definitely, guys. When we go over these true crime stories, I want you to know this is the utmost importance, guys. Always watch your back. Always be careful. Women out there, make sure you're carrying mace or something with you. I would lose my mind if something happened. Like you got one of you ladies out there got attacked in a certain way. I would personally go and try to find the guy. I'm telling you. So be careful. Be vigilant. Know your surroundings. You guys know. And if you don't, use your Google machines. Figure it out. Let's do some daily dank self defense classes. That's what we need. All right, guys. The early life of Rodney Alcala. Born in San Antonio in Texas in 1943, Alcala grew up in a challenging environment. His family moved frequently, and his father left when he was just 11. These turbulent experiences possibly contribute to his troubled adolescence. So he was born Rodrigo Jacques Alika Borkor and changed his name to Rodney James Alika. He was an American serial killer and sex offender. He received let's see, he was sentenced to death in California for 5 murders committed between 1977 and 1979, receiving an additional sentence of 25 years to life after pleading guilty to 2 further homicides in New York State in 71 and 77. While he's been conclusively linked to 8 murders, Alika's true number of victims remains unknown and could be much higher. Authorities believe the number is as high as 130. Man, could you imagine that? Alika compiled a collection of more than 1,000 photographs of women, teenager girls, and boys. So that's where they think a lot of this came from. I had the picture. Did it not show up here? Hang on one second, guys. Had certain thumbnails I wanted to use, and apparently, oh, there it is. Oh, here we go. Never mind. Here we go. So yeah, that's the big question. That is the big question. Prosecutors have said, let me see. In 2016, he was charged with the 1977 murder of a woman identified in one of his photos. Alika is known to have assaulted one other photography subject, and police have speculated that others could have been raped or murder victims as well. Prosecutors have said Alika toyed with his victims, strangling them until they lost consciousness and then waiting until they revived. Now that's a dick. Oh man, that guy needs a bullet in the back of his head. Sorry, guys, but sometimes repeating the process several times before finally killing him. One police detective described Alika as a killing machine, and others have compared him to Ted Bundy. Alika is often referred as the dating game killer because of his 1978 appearance on the TV show The Dating Game. Yeah, we had talked about that earlier, guys. And we on the 710 show, we actually showed the clip of him on The Dating Game. Real eerie stuff. Let's talk about his adolescence, guys. In 1961, at the age of 17, Alika joined the United States Army to become a paratrooper and served as a clerk during his service. He was noted by his commanding officer for being manipulative, vindictive, and insubordinate. Alika was disciplined on several occasions for assaulting young women. In 1964, at what described as a nervous breakdown, during which he went AWOL and hitchhiked from Fort Bragg, North Carolina, to his mother's house in California, Alika was diagnosed with antisocial personality disorder and estimated to have an IQ of 135 by a military psychiatrist. He was subsequently discharged from the Army on medical grounds. Other diagnoses later proposed by various psychiatric experts at his trial included narcissist personality disorder, borderline personality disorder, malignant narcissism with psychopath and sexual sadism commodities. After leaving the Army, he graduated from the UCLA School of Fine Arts and then later studied under Roman Polanski. Go figure. Roman Polanski at the New York University. In 1968, a passing motorist named Donald Hines called police after witnessing Acula lure Telly Sharpo, age 8, into his Hollywood apartment. Sharpo, who was residing at the Châtel Moret with her family, was approached by Alika on her way to school when he pulled up beside her in his car and asked if she needed a ride. Shapiro initially refused, but when she heard him say that he knew her parents, she got in the car. Alika then took her to his apartment. He told Shapiro he wanted to show her a picture. When the police arrived, Shapiro was found alive, having been raped and beaten with a steel bar, and Alika fled. To evade arrest warrant stemming from the Shapiro assault, Alika left California and enrolled in NYU using the name John Berger. Berger During this time, Alika began to work for Blue Cross Blue Shield, where he worked in the office with serial killer Richard Cunningham or Coltonham. Neither man has claimed to be aware of one another, nor is there ever any evidence that they were familiar with each other prior to the respective arrests. That's kind of creepy. They got two serial killers working at freaking Blue Cross Blue Shield. I'm sorry, that's just a little creepy. That's just a little creepy, guys. I'm curious, Brian, what is the piques your interest in true crimes? Just a question. I find things like this very interesting because of the psychological. Yeah, it's different. Like it's a different train of thought than what most people have, and that really intrigues me. Like the no empathy. Like I think I sometimes have too much empathy, and then sometimes I can have none. Um, depending on the day and the time and the weed. But no, that really like the psychological aspects. Like what happened? What derailed them the normal? Were they born that way? Were they? I mean, there's just so many questions you can ask, and that's what really intrigues me about true crime. All right. All right, the FBI added Alcala to its list of the 10 most wanted fugitives in 1971. A few months later, two children attending an arts camp noticed his photo on an FBI poster at the post office. Alcala was arrested and extradited to California. By then, Shapiro's parents had relocated their entire family to Mexico and refused to allow her to testify at the trial. Since the authorities were unwilling to charge him with rape and attempted murder without a primary witness, Alika was convicted of child molestation and sentenced to 3 years. That seems a little low for child molestation. Alika was paroled in 74. After 17 months, less than 2 months after his release, he was rearrested in assaulting a 13-year-old. And Alika was again paroled, so a 13-year-old who accepted a ride to school. Alika was again paroled in 76 after serving 2 years on that. How do you get sentenced to 3 years? You're out freaking days, and then you molest another kid, and they're, oh, we'll just give you another 2 years. Man, give that dude 20 years. What's going on? After Alika's second release in 77, his Los Angeles parole officer took an unusual step of permitting a repeat offender and the flight risk to travel to New York City. New York PD cold case investigators now believe that a week after returning to Manhattan, Alika killed Ellen Jan Hoover, 23-year-old daughter of a nightclub owner, and the goddaughter of Dean Martin and Sammy Davis Jr. Wow. However, Hoover was the last seen at her apartment in New York on July 5th. Her date book showed that she had an appointment to meet John Berger that day. Ooh. Later in 77, a tip to the FBI was made about how Alika had been arrested by the police a few years previously for the Shapiro case in New Hampshire. Alika admitted knowing Hoover under questioning, but investigators could not arrest him since they had not found her body. Her remains were eventually discovered buried under heavy rocks on a hillside overlooking the Hudson River near the John B. Rockefeller estate, where an aspiring model would later report that Berger had taken photos of her. And that's the weird thing about serial killers. They love their routines, man. During this period, Alika convinced hundreds of young men and women that he was a professional fashion photographer and took pictures of them for his portfolio. Probably a way to kind of get them at ease, get to know them, check out their thing. He said he was a professional, so in mind, I was being a model for him, said a woman who allowed Alika to photograph her in 1979. The portfolio also included spread after spread of naked teenage boys, she said. Most of the photos are sexually explicit, and most of the subjects remain unidentified. Police fear that some of the subjects may have been additional cold case victims. Also, during this period, prosecutors later claimed that Alika brutally raped 15-year-old Monica Hoyt in Riverside County, where she was posing for photos when he knocked her unconscious. What a real piece of shit. Dating game appearance, guys. In 78, he appeared on the dating game. Oh, Harley. and he actually won. He won said dating game. They went on a date. Nothing weird had happened. The woman's still alive. There's something that wouldn't take understand the rejection. They think that something is wrong with that girl. She played me. So what is this one? One wonders what that did to it. Okay. Criminal profile Pat Brown, noting that Alika killed at least 3 women after his dating game appearance, speculated that this rejection might have been an exacerbating factor. Also, they went on a date. She said no, and then he killed 3 women. He might, acting out. Robin Samso, Robin Christine Samso, a 12-year-old girl from Huntington Beach. God bless her, man. God bless her little heart. Disappeared as she rode a borrowed bike from Huntington Beach to her home in Ballet, from her ballet class on June 20th, 1979. Her decomposing body was found 12 days later in Los Angeles foothills, dumped off the Santa Ana Canyon Road. She had been beaten, raped, and stabbed with a knife. Samson's friend told police that a stranger had approached them on the beach, asking to take their pictures. Detectives circulated a sketch of the photographer, and Alika's parole officer recognized them. And then that set up, guys, for the big warrant. God, this guy was a maniac, man. I blame the dating game. Oh, don't forget to tune. Yeah, we were trying to tune in. I thought you guys were going live, like while we were live, and I was gonna just cross stream it with you guys. All right, guys, let's wrap this sucker up. Alika was arrested in 1979 and held without bail. He went on trial for Samso's murder, and he was found guilty in 1980. He was sentenced to death in June. However, the verdict was overturned by the California Supreme Court in 1984 because jurors had been improperly informed of his prior sex crimes. Are you serious? Oh, man. In May 1986, after a second trial, virtually identical to the first except for omissions of the prior crime, he was again convicted, sentenced to death in August in 1992. The Supreme Court upheld that verdict, but Alika filed a federal habeas corpus petition in 2001, and the United States District Court judge granted it, overturning his second conviction. The decision was upheld in 2003 by a Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals in part because a witness was not allowed to support Alika's contention that the park ranger who found Samson's body had been hypnotized by police officers. What? While preparing their prosecution in 2003, Orange County investigators learned that Alcala's DNA, that DNA sneaking up on you, sampled under a new state law over objections, matched semen left in rape murder scenes of 2 women in Los Angeles. Additional evidence included other cold case DNA matches in 2004, led to Alcala's indictment for murders of 4 additional women. Jill Barcombe, 18, a New York runaway, found rolled up like a ball. That's horrible. In Los Angeles for Veen in 1977, and originally thought to be a victim of the Hillside Strangler. Georgia Wixt, 27, bludgeoned on her Malibu apartment in 1977. Charlotte Lamb, 31, raped, strangled, and left in the laundry room of El Segundo apartment complex. That's not the way to go, guys. In a fucking laundry room of El Segundo apartment. That's crazy. Killed in her Burbank apartment. All the bodies were found posed in careful positions, although a pair of earrings found in Alcala's Seattle storage locker had residue that matched Lamb's DNA. During his incarceration, between the second and third trials, Alika wrote and self-published a book. Richard Rappaport, a psychiatrist paid by Alika, the only defense witness, testified that borderline personality disorder could explain Alika's claims that he had no memory of committing the murders. He's guilty, man. And you know what sucks is he could have. What do we got? I used to live in El Segundo. I found Mod Squad. I'll be watching. Nice. Yeah, Mod Squad's a great channel, guys. They got great stuff going on over there. They are not serial killers. Well, maybe Kevin. I question Felix too. And then Harley. Fuck, I know she's a serial killer. I'm just saying. Oh, maybe. Yeah, still go over there, guys. It will be fine. As long as you like their page, comment, and throw them a good old thumbing, they're not gonna kill you. They're not gonna kill you. Well, some of us are. You don't know that. Those records were sealed. All right, guys. So that was Rodney Alcala, guys, serial killer extraordinaire, if there's such a thing. What a piece of trash, guys. This guy gets from me. The big rosy shuffle is what this guy gets. Man, hurt a lot of people. He could have Honey Nut Cheerios. He could have cereal. I kill me some Frosted Flakes. I'll tell you that right now. Yeah, man, he could have helped a lot of families. He could have cleared a lot of nonsense up, but he didn't, because he's a selfish narcissist piece of shit. Like most serial killers are. So guys, we're gonna wrap that up. That was Rodney Alcala Deep Dive, the dating game killer, guys. And that was your true crime. I get this thing going. True Crime Thursday. That's so dramatic. All right, guys. Oh, that's my job. That's what I do. Man, you guys rock. I appreciate it. Oh, man. Channel's doing great. You guys are doing great. Oh, Gardena. Hey, I don't know if you guys knew this. This just in, guys. I've been voted in the illest motherfucker from here to Gardena. That's right. The vote just came in. It was an overwhelming support for me. That's right. I am the new illest motherfucker from here to Gardena. Beastie Boys, whoop, whoop, whoop. You guys know what song is that? So what you want? Supernova Mike has lived everywhere. All right, guys, we've been here almost an hour. I'm going to get out of here. We're 30 minutes on the 420 show. That's what we do. I use that line all the time. That's a great line. That is a great line. All right, guys, we don't run an hour on the 420 show. The day we did, it was a great show, man. Appreciate you guys tuning out. Remember, guys, it's almost Friday. Inhale that positivity. Exhale that negativity. Go check out the Mod Squad, guys, the Gamer Show. Jump on over there. See what you got cooking. So what you want? You got 5 minutes, guys. Go smoke a joint. Go get your Baja Blast. Go get your Paps. Whatever you got. Go get those hot dogs. Go get those smoked turkey legs or turkey wings, whatever they were, buffalo wings. And eat it up, guys. Watch the Mod Squad. Enjoy. Remember to give them some love, guys. It's all good in the hood. All right. Appreciate you guys so much. Thank you for everything you do. Go check out the Mod Squad, and I will see you at 7:10 a.m. It's Fantastic Friday. We're going to get into some crazy games, guys. I'm working on chat games to be more interactive, and we're going to play a new one tomorrow. So make sure you tune in to 7:10 a.m. Check out thedailydank.com. Check out the Healing Center, and just do your thing. All right, guys. Appreciate you. We'll see ya.
Thank you for joining us on the It's 420 Somewhere podcast. Broadcasting worldwide and brought to you by thedailydank.com.
Check out our merchandise and amazing content.
And follow us on all our social media. Now, you don't have to go home, but you can't stay here.
We'll see you guys. Have a blessed night.